Hey everybody, what is going on? So in this section, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how you can leverage conferences and attendee lists. Now, conferences are going to be very valuable because for a conference, typically a conference, there's usually some kind of topic of discussion, and that's why people go there, right? So you're going to get a high concentration of people who are interested in a certain industry. So there's two ways to, leverage this. The first one is to find all the sponsors who are sponsoring the conference, and that's going to be a huge list. And the other way is to find the attendee list, people who are going to attend this conference, and that's another way to just build your list out of people you can reach out to. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so now we're back on Google, and what we're going to do is we're going to find conferences for your specific industry. So let's say you're selling into financial tech. So in financial tech conferences, basically usually I click the few links, open new tabs, and you'll find that there's going to be a lot of conferences in wherever region you're in: London, UK, Miami, USA, right? And essentially, the people that are going to these events are going to be a potential fit for your product or service. So there's Money 2020, Money 2020, and so a lot of different conferences, right? So there's a conference that I actually am familiar with, and it's called Lend It. So Lend It conference. And before I go into this one, just know that you could do this process for any of the conferences that you find, right? All you gotta do is find the name of it and type it into Google. So Lend It is one that I know, and we're gonna go into Lend It. You click on the website. And so here is what I'm talking about when it comes to leveraging these lists. So here, you don't necessarily have to go to the conference. If you do, great. If you don't, I'm gonna show you how to leverage this. So you wanna go into sponsors, right? And so you saw I clicked the button sponsors at the top, and it's going to show you all the sponsors who are paying to be at this conference because they want to generate business and do business development, right? So for you don't necessarily have to be a sponsor to take advantage of this. What you can do is you could put all these companies on your hit list, and these are all financial tech companies who are interested in the sector, and they may be a potential fit for your product or service. So just from Lend It FinTech Conference alone, you're gonna have all these different companies who may be a good fit for your product or service, right? And what you wanna do is you wanna just put them all on your list, and then later you're gonna find the authority figures at these companies. So as you can see, for any conference, you could do the same thing. So let's say Money 2020 was another one that I saw when I showed you guys a random list. And okay, Money 2020, where the future is money is at. And let's say USA, click on that. And over here, become a sponsor, or maybe sponsor an exhibit. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to find the sponsors at this event. And so I click a couple links. It seems like, you could view the floor plan, but that's not necessarily gonna help me figure out who the sponsors are, right? And so sometimes it's a little more difficult to find exactly, who the sponsors are. Okay, so once I clicked on the floor plan and it's a little hidden here, what's going to happen is it's going to show me all the companies that have bought space at this conference, right? So essentially on this left side over here, all these companies are financial tech companies, or companies are in that space that you can add to your list, and these guys can be potential customers for you. Now, not everybody's going to be a fit right off the bat. You might have to go through it and filter it out. However, you have a long list of people that you can potentially reach out to. And then for the ones that you really feel are a really good fit, then you could find their competitors and really expand on your list. So it is a little bit of a manual process, but again, it's like a very simple way to just build a huge list very quickly. And that's just by looking at who is sponsoring these events. Another way to actually find this is, let's say, I didn't find it on their website. What you can actually just Google is Money 2020 sponsor list. So whatever the conference is, and put the sponsor list keyword. And then here we go. 2018 sponsors, 2017 sponsors. So it doesn't even have to be the same year, right? So if you go on 2018 sponsors, sure, these are all companies that you can add to your list, and this would be a huge list for you. And you could also look at the past sponsors, people who sponsored in the past. And even if it was 2012, assuming the companies are still alive, you can also reach out to them. So just from this Money 2020 list of all these sponsors, you pretty much have over 100 companies that you can reach out to. And again, you could, if you're going to the conference, you could reach out to them and say, hey, I saw you are a sponsor at the event and I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Then try to get a meeting. Or if you're not even going to the event, you don't even have to mention that you saw them on this list, and just, do your normal email that you normally would and just email them, right? And this is just a fast way to build your list quick. So, using Google works really well. Directory sites work really well, and using these sponsored lists work extremely well too. Not only that, but if you do become a sponsor at these events, what you can actually do is sometimes you can negotiate with the organizers, and you could say, hey, I'm going to buy a 1-star sponsor or 3-star sponsors, but in return, I want the space, but I also want a list of the attendee list. So some events, not all of them will do it, will actually use this as a bargaining chip to get more people to sign up for booth space, right? Because they want to make money. In return, they're going to give you a list of all the people that bought tickets to this event. So not only can you reach out to all these companies that are sponsoring, you could reach out to the thousands of people that are just attending this event as consumers, and you could reach out to those companies, because that attendee list that you can either buy from the event organizers or try to negotiate it if you're trying to be a sponsor, then you can use that and then email all the people that are coming and saying, hey, I'm a sponsor here. It seems like you're coming. Drop by my booth or whatever it is, right? So that is super powerful, because it's just one of the fastest way to reach out to thousands of people very, very quickly. That's how you're going to use sponsor lists and attendee lists. And again, it's going to work in financial tech, real estate, like every industry has some type of conference, and they all work the same way. So yeah, it's going to be very valuable for you no matter what industry you are in.